The EFWA enables women to enter the accounting profession and empowers them to achieve equal opportunities and equal rewards.
Jack Wright, good morning, sir. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for getting up early. You're in Texas, so you are a couple hours before me. I don't know if you're a young recent graduate, so maybe that's just how you hit the street is early in the morning. But it's got to be like 6 o'clock in the morning where you're at. So thank you for getting up.
Absolutely.
Well, Jack Wright, in addition to being a volunteer and board member for the Educational Foundation for Women in Accounting, Jack, I did some internet research, and I believe you are an audit associate with Prothro, Wilhelmi, and Company in Texas. Is that correct?
That is correct.
And a University of Texas at Tyler. Got your undergrad in accounting. Is that correct, sir?
Yes, sir. I'm working on that and my master's.
And a master's degree. I like it. You pursuing your CPA after that, I hope, sir?
I am.
Good. Keep it up. And I know a couple of things about you I think are true. The first one I know is true is that you were very active in the Accounting Honor Society, Beta Alpha Psi. Is that correct, sir?
Yes, sir. That is correct.
Well, when I was a student, I was not allowed to be a member of that prestigious organization. Apparently, there are GPA requirements I did not meet, but congratulations to you. And as I tell all the A students that I knew when I was a kid, is that, hey, B students get jobs too.
That is true. That is true.
And the last thing I think I know about you, Jack Wright, is that you are a big soccer fan.
Correct.
Is that correct?
Correct. Played soccer all the way for about 10 or 12 years. Played varsity in high school. Had a good time. Played club.
Awesome. You got a favorite team? Does Texas have a team, or do you follow a team?
Yeah, so in Texas we have two teams. My favorite team is FC Dallas, which is located just outside or up in Frisco. But that's who has the clubs in Tyler is FC Dallas. They run the club teams here.
Cool. Well, let's get to it. Jack, how and when did you get involved with the Educational Foundation for Women in Accounting?
So, like you said, I've been involved with Beta Alpha Psi for some time now. I'm the current president, and we have an annual conference every year that happens in August. And each year, every chapter nominates one student to participate in what's called Project Run With It, which is where we get randomly assigned to a not-for-profit to help solve and propose a solution to a current issue. And so I got assigned to the EFWA in Chicago in 2019 and got to meet Lori and Kim and sit down and talk with them and try to work through some of the issues. And I pretty much just fell in love with the passion right then and there. So,
question number 2: what is something that you enjoy about the EFWA in your now that you've been a member for a few months?
So the first thing that drew me was the passion. Like I said, I got to spend a couple of hours just sitting and talking with Lori and Kim in Chicago, and I just really felt their passion for the organization. And then once I got more involved, I think a big thing for me was the empathy. There are a lot of scholarships and organizations that if you check a certain box, you're the right person. And I think the EFWA does a really good job of putting ourselves in other people's shoes and trying to understand their situation instead of trying to say, oh, well, you're our funnel person. So that the compassion and the empathy is really what drew me and what I have liked so much about the organization.
To pull the string on that a little bit, Jack, what is some advice that you would have for applicants pursuing some of the scholarships that the EFWA has?
I think the biggest thing, it's advice that my dad has given me since I was younger, was to just be yourself. You don't want to pretend to be something that you're not, especially on an application or an interview, because then someone's going to treat you like what you're not. So I would say just be yourself and tell us your story. We want to know what's going on. We want to know about your life and struggles and triumphs that you've had. We don't want you to just check the boxes and write a couple sentences. We want to know more about you.
Jack, what about somebody who might be watching this video who they are thinking about maybe making a donation of their time or their talent or their dollars? What's some advice you would give for those folks?
Yeah, absolutely. So I would say first, I would try to connect with us either on our social media or on our website, which is the EFWA.org. I believe we have the ability for you to donate via just a click of a button on the website right now. And then if you want to know more information, I'm sure there's an option to contact one of us. We'd love to sit down and talk to you and kind of give you some more information about the organization and where it's been and where we think it's going. So,
brother. And question number 5, last question, which is, what's something that I did not ask that I should have asked? And what is your answer to that?
So we talked about tips that we had for the scholarship applicants, but I think it's important for the scholarship applicants to know what we think the impact of the scholarship is. This is my first year that I was on the board and getting to participate in the scholarship reviews. And honestly, getting to hear the stories and see how these people are working to get these scholarships. I think understanding that having just that little bit of security, knowing that someone is saying, hey, I see what you've done and we're going to be there for you, whether it's through a mentor program or through one of our scholarships. I think that is something that we really need to communicate to people. It's that it's not you don't apply, get your scholarship, and then have no communication with us. It's a relationship, and we're going to be there to try to help see you through to the end. And I think that's really important in an organization.
Jack, that was great. You are great. Thank you for being a volunteer of the EFWA and for giving back in Beta Alpha Psi.
Absolutely.
I think that's awesome. And thank you very much for doing this.
Absolutely.